Welcome back, guys and girls. So first of all, kicking off to some great news that Rauno Heinla successfully set a new world record for the deadlift for reps challenge, besting his last 400 for reps challenge earlier in season 1 of Feats of Strength for Worlds Ultimate Strongman, and he successfully managed to execute 6 reps today, albeit that 6th rep really took it out of him. So Rauno was looking quite strong in the warm-ups. As I mentioned in my previous video, he's been looking really strong in training, hitting some really good numbers and just generally looking like he's going to boss it. Apparently he's spoken to Big Loz prior and said to him, joking, that I think I'm going to go for 8 reps. I was always on the mindset that he'd get at least 6, matching what he did in a recent gym post log, and I was right there. So congratulations, Rauno. It's a massive achievement what you've done today, because as it's been noted quite a few times in other strongman videos, that a couple of years ago 400 kilos was the standard for the max deadlift, and now we're looking at records where people are doing 400 for as many reps as possible. So this is a completely new generation and a whole new ball game when it comes to strength, not just strength but muscular endurance. So as you've seen, those first 5 reps fly up super quick, and I'll be honest, I was quite surprised that he actually stopped, because he said in his last attempt that he wasn't going to stop during the sets unless he really needed to, because he feels like once he does that, he loses momentum, focus, and finds it quite hard to recoup the energy to go back again. So he does take quite a long time, much longer than before in the first attempts he did a few months ago. But as you see, he does really grind it out. I was proper shouting and egging him on. Obviously, he can't hear me, but I wanted it for him so badly. And luckily, he gets the 6th rep. As you can see, he he collapses, and it's clear to see that he's gassed, and luckily wasn't injured and didn't actually hurt himself or pass out from the blood pressure. So obviously here he needs to get his suit off, because it does cause a lot of compression and restrict your airflow and breathing. But ultimately he finished off strong, was able to walk away, no major problems, and ultimately set a new world record. So as I said, again, congratulations, Rauno. Really happy. You did discuss in your post interview about you felt like you were overtrained today, and probably should have backed off a bit from some of your workouts leading up to this, but hence why the 6th rep was so difficult. But you still did get it nonetheless. So this is just a lesson for you for the future, how to peak a bit differently. But to be honest with you, if you've peaked at 6 reps without feeling your best and slightly overtrained, I mean, what could you do if you were 100% on point, not feeling overtrained or overly fatigued in the central nervous system? So it's quite exciting to see what's going to happen next month when you go for the max deadlift, because obviously we know that you've done 455 before, and I reckon if you take a good 2 weeks off from today and then start building it back up again in the right way, we could be saying quite special for the next installment when you go up against Ivan and the other chaps. So well done, my man. Amazing accomplishment, and can't wait to see you compete again. That leaves me to discuss about the runner-up, which was Janashia, Konstantine from Georgia. Now, as we know, he actually was the current world record holder from 2017, joint with JF Caron and also Rauno Heinla from his last Feats of Strength for 5 reps. So a lot of people, despite not seeing him compete for over a year, and to be honest with you, he's been a bit quiet in terms of his training and whatnot on social media, people were still thinking from the past what he's done and what he's shown he can do, that there's every chance that he's got it. He's a really good deadlifter. I mean, he's so strong. He's massive, 6'5", almost 400 pounds. So pound for pound, he had it. But from this very first rep, you can see he really had to grind that one out. It was slow. The second one even more so. and you know, the grunts and the sounds he was making, I could just tell that it wasn't going to happen for him today, because I've been there before when I'm doing heavy deadlifts, and anyone who can deadlift very heavy, let's say over 250 kilos, knows that feeling. And I just think he was saying as well at the end of the competition, in the post interview, that he felt like mentally he wasn't there because he hadn't been competing. He hadn't been doing anything for such a long time. He's a bit off on his game, and probably had been like chilling. Not saying he was chilling during lockdown, but I don't think he was training as hard. Whether he had access to a good gym or not, I'm not sure. But regardless, he wasn't training for anything. He didn't take part in obviously Europe's Strongest Man that just happened last weekend, and he also didn't compete in the last World Ultimate Strongman Feats of Strength series. So he's been out of the game for a while. Has had a previous injury as well, so that's also another factor. And luckily there was nothing actually majorly wrong with him physically. People were a bit worried that maybe something had happened. Perhaps his back or an injury, because he had a bicep injury in the past, I believe. But it just wasn't happening on the day, and the strength wasn't there, and unfortunately the mind gave up. Praises, mate, because to get 2 on a bad day at 400 kilos is still an amazing accomplishment. Not many people can say, I can only get 2 with 400 on a bad day. Most people never get 400 in their life, let alone on a bad day. So commiserations, and don't take this as a major hit. Come back stronger, train even harder, like you said. Focus on World's Strongest Man, any other comps that may come up that work for you, and show us what you're made of, because we know what you can do. We know that you're a record holder and a potential contender for all major competitions, as you've done so well in the past. And if you check my last video where I covered about him briefly, you can get more info on him. So well done, chaps. Thanks for the performances today, and looking forward to seeing you both compete again in the future. And yeah, just keep at it, because you're really keeping us excited during these still unprecedented times. So I hope you liked this video today, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below about how they both did. And if you did like the video, please remember as always to give it a like, comment and subscribe. And until next time, guys, I'll see you soon. Amigo One Fitness, signing out.